All right, so sort of beyond the ballot, we're going caucusing now up in Iowa. John Daigle, our political analyst, with us. All his experience and his resume right there for you on your screen. Donald Trump with a resounding win, a 30-point win, getting 51% of the vote out in Iowa through the caucus process. Freezing cold, snow, wind, all of it there. But Donald Trump still coming out on top. What do you make of that win for the former president?
Well, I think there's two ways to look at it.
Okay.
As you said, Trump won by a historic margin in a caucus where he did very little retail politics and didn't even show up to any of the debates. So in that way, it was a tremendous win on his part with a very little expense of campaign resources.
Well, and there are 20 delegates now that will go to President Trump. And you talk about Governor DeSantis now coming in second place, but with that, the delegates he has earned through Iowa is 8. To Nikki Haley's 7, so that second and third place separated by just such a minuscule moment. But what does this mean for Governor DeSantis? And that second place, I still look at as a victory for him.
Really, when you look at it, the Iowa caucus came down to a challenge between the investments and the groundwork that the DeSantis team put in versus the momentum that the Haley team seemed to have coming into this. And the DeSantis work in Iowa seems to have paid off with that narrow second place win. Ultimately, though, he's going into a meat grinder of a next few weeks leading up to Super Tuesday.
Right.
And he says he's in it, and he's going to South Carolina and New Hampshire. But the big question remains, really, is his donors. Are his donors willing to stick with him all the way to Super Tuesday?
And it's going to go without saying, President Trump, the leader in all the polling now, if we're going to look at New Hampshire and South Carolina, because that's where we're heading to next. But Nikki Haley holding on to second place in polling in New Hampshire and obviously in South Carolina as well. It seems like Governor DeSantis is kind of just putting off New Hampshire. I'm going to South Carolina now. But Nikki Haley it would just seem like she would have such a stronghold on that second place spot, having been the former governor there.
It is, and Haley obviously has the South Carolina connection. The other thing about South Carolina is the evangelical vote is huge there. DeSantis actually lost the evangelical vote to Trump in Iowa, and can he do better with that base in South Carolina when Haley will be pulling off so many people because of her name recognition there? South Carolina is going to be a tough battle for him. For DeSantis, really, the question is, can he hold on until Super Tuesday?
Well, he did say last night his ticket is punched out of Iowa, at least, by coming in second. Where does this ticket take him? Is it a ticket to nowhere, or is it a ticket to the White House? We'll continue to watch, and Mr. Daigle will have you on continuously throughout the process.
Thank you.
Yep, 6:19 is your time.